Okay, so we're starting today revision. Okay, so for few days we'll take the revision of what we have studied. Okay, so I'll be giving you the questions and you have to solve them in your notebooks. Okay, so the chapter we are starting is with rational numbers, first A and first B exercise. That is related with addition and subtraction only. Okay, multiplication I think first
But
C is
question
there.
15.
Question 15th. Okay, we'll discuss. Don't worry. Okay. Question 15th. Okay, one question is remaining. Okay, let's complete that one. Okay. One question is remaining. We'll complete, then we'll have the revision and along with we'll keep solving the questions. Okay. Data handling. 15th question. Okay. So study the bar graph showing the modes of the transport used by students of model school and answer the following questions. Okay. How many students come to school by car or motorcycle? How many students come to school by car or motorcycle?
150.
150. So in the bar, you can see it's given. Okay. Here we have the modes of transport. And here we have the number of students. Number of students. Okay. So first is bus. Bus is 200. For example, this is 200. 200. This is bus. Next we have car or motorcycle. Cycle. It is 150. Next we have bicycle or rickshaw. It is 90. Bicycle or rickshaw. Okay. And last we have walking. 70. Walking. Okay. You can see it in your book. Okay. So how many students come to school? Car or motorcycle? Car or motorcycle? It's 150. Okay. How many students travel by bus? Travel by bus, how many? 200. 200.
100.
Okay. How many students prefer walking? How many students prefer walking? 70. Okay. Find the total number of students who cycle to school or take a rickshaw. Who cycle to school or take a rickshaw?
90.
90.
90.
What is the total number of students in the model school? In model school, how many are there? Add them.
500.
510. Add them all, you get 510. That are the number. That is the number of the students in the school. Okay. So any doubt in this chapter? Statistics. We have completed statistics. Okay. So now we are starting with rational numbers. Okay. So first question which arises: what do you mean by rational numbers? What do you mean by rational numbers? What is the definition? That can be written in the so rational numbers. Okay. So what numbers we have? We have okay. I'll give you a brief idea. Okay, then we'll start giving. Start giving you the questions. Numbers we have. Numbers can be imaginary, and they can be okay real numbers. This is real numbers. Okay, the numbers which do not exist, imaginary. Numbers which do exist, they are real numbers. Okay, for example, root of -2, root of minus any number you can say, root of -7, root of -4. They do not exist. They are imaginary numbers. Okay, now these numbers will be used in high classes to study in high classes to use these numbers as well. Okay, these imaginary numbers. Okay, this is clear.
Infinity of
Infinity is nothing. It's not a number. Infinity is not a number. It's just a sign which shows that numbers never end. It goes and goes and goes. Okay. Infinity is not any number. It just represents a sign. It's a sign that number is never ending. Okay. If we write like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to infinity. It means infinity is not a number. It's a sign. this sign shows that it is never ending like this. It is going and going and going. Okay. Okay. That infinity is not any number. It's not the end. It says number is never ending. Okay. So we are imaginary numbers. They do not exist. Okay. We will study in high classes to deal with them. Okay. Leave that. Real numbers which exist in nature. Okay. Which exist. So if I draw a line, straight line I'm drawing. Okay. How many points are there on this line? Infinity. Infinite points are there. Okay. Between these 2 points, how many points are there?
Infinite.
Infinite. Between any 2 points, infinite points are there. Okay. Between any 2 numbers, how many numbers are there? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, you answer. Okay, I would have asked how many numbers are between 2 and 4?
3. Sir, one. Sir, one number is there. That is 3.
Okay, so answer is okay. You are saying that between 2 and 3, 2 and 4, one number is there, 3. Okay, what about this? Is it not between them? Okay, or what about this 3.00000000001? How many numbers are there? Infinite numbers. Between any 2 numbers, infinite numbers are there. Even between 4.00001, 4.00002. How many numbers are there between them?
Infinite.
Infinite numbers are there. You can enter infinite numbers between 2 numbers. Okay. Okay. This line we call as real number line. Yes or no? We call it as real number line. That means all the real numbers can lie on this line. Okay. Or any point can represent one number there. Real number line. Okay. Now these real numbers, they are again divided into 2. Rational and irrational. Okay. Rational number and irrational number. So now what do you mean by rational numbers?
A number that can be expressed in upon form.
Q form. Okay. You are saying that can be expressed in the form of P by Q, P upon Q. Okay. Then is it sufficient? Something more we have to tell?
Sir, where Q is not equal to 0.
Q not equal to 0. Okay. Anything more?
No, sir.
Okay. So see here, rational number, how it is defined? It can be expressed in the form of P by Q. It can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where denominator not equal to 0. If denominator becomes 0, it becomes undefined. Yes or no? It becomes undefined. And P and Q, they must be integers. They must be integers. Okay. They must be integers. Okay. So for example, you are provided with 6 upon 12. Is it a rational number?
Yes.
Okay. Why? They can be expressed in the form of P by Q. I can cancel, the common factor is there. Okay, 3. So it will be how much? 3 2 ja 6, 3 4 ja. Again, it is going 1 by 2. At last, you are getting C here. After cancelling the common factors, you are getting 1 by 2. No further common factors. No more common factors between them. So this rational number 6 by 12, I can express in the form of 1 by 2, where 1 and 2 both are integers and 2 not equal to 0. Therefore, 6 by 12 is a rational number. 6 by 12 is a rational number. Understood? Okay.
Yes.
Minus 6, is it a rational number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where is the denominator?
So 1.
What is the denominator?
Minus 6 upon 1.
Upon 1. Okay. Minus 6 and 1 both are integers.
Yes.
Both are integers. Okay.
Yes.
What do you mean by integers?
Sir, both positive and negative numbers.
Okay, so you are having like 0, then positive number 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Okay, similarly here -1, -2, -3 up to minus infinity. These are integers. These are called integers. Okay, so P is -6, Q is 1. Both are integers. Q not equal to 0, that is fine, and they can be expressed in the form of P by Q. Okay, so see a definition how it comes. Rational numbers. Something is there in the words only. What do you see in the word? Ratio. Therefore, rational numbers means if the number can be expressed in the form of ratio. Ratios can be expressed in the form of ratio where conditions are Q not equal to 0 and P and Q. Both should be integers. Both should belongs to integer. Both should be integers. Okay. This is the definition of rational number. Rational numbers ratio. They can be written in the form of P by Q. They can be expressed in the form of a ratio P by Q. Q not equal to 0, denominator not equal to 0, and P and Q are integers. So rational numbers comes the definition from the ratio. Understood? Have you ever figured this out? Rational numbers come from the ratio. Okay, now you will never forget the definition ever in life. Okay, this is the form and these are the conditions. Okay, you will see at last there will be no common factor. Okay, between them. You have seen 6 upon 12 equal to 1 by 2. 1 and 2 both are co-primes. Yes or no? So this is rational numbers. Okay. Now, rational numbers you understood? Okay. Okay. If you are given a decimal number, how to define? Okay. Which decimal number is okay? Is it a rational number? Okay. See here, all the terminating decimals are rational numbers. All the terminating decimals are rational numbers. So it's a rational number. It's non-terminating.
Not a rational number.
No, we have to check one more thing then. Okay, all the terminating numbers are rational numbers. Okay. Now, if it is non-terminating, then we have to check one more thing, whether it is recurring, that is repeating, or non-recurring, that is not repeating. This as well we have to check. Okay. Now check whether it is repeating.
Yes, sir, it is repeating.
We used to write like this, 0.3 bar. It is repeating, it is non-terminating but repeating, but recurring. So it is a rational number. Okay, what about this?
So not repeating.
Sir, not
Why
repeating.
not repeating? See here, one part is group. 173, 173, 173, 173 it is repeating. Okay, when I put a 5 here, only 173 it is repeating again and again. So it is rational number. Rational number. It is non-terminating but recurring. Therefore, rational number. Okay, what about this? 0.42715. Not repeating. You can take not repeating. This is irrational number. This is irrational number. Okay, so page number N3. Page number N3, you can see 4th point. All terminating as well as recurring decimals are rational numbers. All terminating as well as recurring decimal numbers are rational numbers. Non-recurring are irrational numbers. Okay. Okay. Irrational is not on syllabus, so we'll have a little bit brief idea of it. Okay. So the numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P by Q, that is definition, that will be the irrational. Okay. Now, a few examples I can provide. Okay. Like root of 2. So root of 2 is not a perfect square. So its root is a irrational number. Root 3, it's irrational number. What about root 4?
Sir, its root is 2.
2. See here, 4 is a perfect square. Therefore, root 4 is a rational number. This is irrational. Root 5 is irrational. And pi is irrational. Pi is irrational. Yes or no? Pi is irrational. Okay.
Yes.
Where do you use the pi? Whose area in calculations we use pi? Circle, mainly pi r square. Okay. But afterwards you solving, you get the answer which is either recurring, which is always terminating decimal, mainly terminating or recurring. Why? Pi is irrational number, but still we are using calculations. Why? Why is that? See here, when we are using pi in calculations, what we take the value of pi? 22/7? Yes or no? This is a rational number, but this is a irrational number. But still we are taking pi value as 22/7. Why? It is the nearest rational number to this irrational number pi. Okay? We have taken the nearest rational number to this irrational number. This is clear? That's why our answer is also rational. Understood now? Because we are not using a rational number. Pi is a rational number, but its value we are taking nearly equal to 22/7, which is a rational number. Okay? Or what value you take? 3.14? Yes or no? 3.14 you take? Okay. Pi value if we calculate, it comes out to be 3.141592654, and it is never ending. It is never ending. It never ends.
Sir,
Even
it
you
is
sit,
irrational number.
it's irrational number. Okay, whole life you sit, you won't be able to end this number. It is going and going and going, never ending. Okay, so pi is irrational number, but in calculation, how much we took? Only we have taken 3.14. Yes or no? This is the nearest value to the pi. Yes or no? Only 3.14 we are taking. So 3.14 is rational number. Yes or no? So we take the approximate value. That is approximate rational number we are taking 3.14. Okay. Now you understood? This is mainly, it is taught in higher classes. Okay. You have learned it very early. Understood now? Mainly on the higher classes, students don't know this one. But you in it knows this. Okay. So rational number is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if we are adding two rational numbers, answer is rational or irrational?
Rational.
Which property is it? Which property is it? So, if you add, no, associative requires three. Closer property. Closer means, see here, if you add any two rational numbers, a plus b. Okay, for example, we are adding two rational numbers. 2 plus 3, you are getting 5. 2 is rational number, 3 is rational number, 5 is also a rational number. Or 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2. You will get 4 by 2, that is 2. 1 minute. 2. Okay, yes. You are getting a rational number. When we are adding two rational number, you will always get a rational number. That is closure property. That is addition is closed. Closed to be a rational number. Closed means closed, like we close. Not that close. Closing means like we close it, nothing else will be there. Only it is closed to be a rational number. So sum of two rational number is always rational number. Okay, second property, what it is?
Commutative property.
Commutative property, what does it mean? Okay, for example, you and your friend are going to sit in a metro. Okay, so you have to enter the metro first. So whether you enter the first or your friend enter the metro first, whether you commute the metro first or your friend commute the metro first, what is going to be the result? You both are going to be in metro, yes or no? You both are going to be added in the metro. You both are going to be added in metro. So it doesn't matter who enters first or not. Your answer is same, but that is both will be in metro. Both will be added in metro. Okay. 2 plus 3 is same as 3 plus 2. Yes or no? Whether you add in any order, it doesn't matter. Whether you commute in any order, it doesn't matter. Yes or no? Whether you commute the metro in any order, it doesn't matter. Whether 20 friends are there, they may commute in any order to the metro. All are going to be added in metro at last. Yes or no?
Yes.
Or does it happen if particular person adds first, someone will be removed from the metro? No, all are going to be added to the metro. So this is commutative property. That is 2 plus 3 equal to 3 plus 2. In any order you add, answer is same. You can check as well. Left hand side 5, right hand side also 5. Therefore, commutative property. Okay. So if the question comes 2 and 3, verify commutative law of addition on 2 and 3. What you are going to do?
2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2.
That you have to prove. So to verify means what you have to verify? You will write, you have to verify 2 plus 3 equal to 3 plus 2. This you have to verify. So first you are going to take LHS, 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Then you take RHS, 3 plus 2 that equal to 5. Then you
5
say
equals
since
5.
LHS equal to RHS, since LHS equal to RHS, therefore this equal to this. Therefore, commutative property is verified on 2 and 3 like this. Okay, associative property. What do you mean by associative property? In class, you form associations. Don't you form close friends then? So associations. Okay. For association, we require at least 3, minimum 3. For example, A, B, C. They are 3 friends. More close. So, for example, what happens? Initially, A and B, they are more close. Okay. They get in the bracket and add themselves. Okay. Okay. They are more close friends. Then C. Okay. Plus C. Now, something happened between them. Now, B and C are more close. Okay. And then they add to the A. Are they equal?
Yes, sir.
They are equal.
Yes, sir.
Whether you add them in any grouping, you do, at last you are going to form a bigger group. Yes or no? By adding, you are going to form a bigger group. Yes or no? So whether you add these two first or these two first. Okay. These two first, then to this. Okay. You can take examples 1 plus 2 plus 3. And here 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay. So LHS is what? 3 plus 3, that is 6. RHS is what? 1 plus 5, that is also 6. So LHS equal to RHS. That is associative property on addition. Okay. Okay. Few more questions I am going to ask. What is the additive identity of 5? Additive identity.
-5.
Okay. Additive identity I am asking. Identity means, okay, what should we add to 5 so that answer we get 5? Same we are getting. That is, we are getting identity. Additive identity. What does it mean? We add something so that we get the same identity. 5 must come plus 0. Okay, what is the additive identity of 4?
4.
4
plus
0. Whatever number is, whatever rational number is there, its additive identity is always 0. That is, by adding that thing, you remain same. That is the additive identity. Your example, you are there and you want the same thing, additive identity. That means what should be added to you so that you remain same? Yes? 0? Yes or no? If you add 0 to yourself, you will remain yourself. Okay? That is additive identity. Okay? Now additive inverse. Yani, what should be added to you so that you become 0? What should be added to you?
minus.
Minus of you? Yes, sir.
Minus.
Okay, 5. Answer must be 0. That means plus what should we add? Minus. Okay, 6 by 7. What should be added?
-6 by 7.
Okay, 5 minus 5 upon 6.
5 upon 6.
5 upon 6.
5.6. Okay, 5 upon minus 6.
Plus
5 upon
6.
5.6 only. Whether you put minus here or here or here, it's same only. Mainly we put minus with the numerator always. Yes, we always keep the minus sign in numerator so that it is easy to deal with the questions. Yes or no? Numerator is easy to solve as compared to denominator. Okay, so keep denominator as simple as possible. Okay, this is clear. Okay.
Yes.
So we will discuss properties of addition of rational numbers. Okay. Subtraction. Is it closed? Does subtraction follow closure property? 5 and 3 are two numbers.
Yes,
We
sir.
subtract. It is closed. We always have the rational numbers. Okay. Does it follow commutative property?
No, sir. No, sir.
It does not follow. See here. 5 minus 3, 3 minus 5. You are getting 2 here. You are getting minus 2. It does not follow commutative property. Okay. Does it follow associative property?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 1, it's 2. 3 minus 2, 1. 1 minus 1, 0 we are getting. Yes or no? So it does not follow associative property. Okay. Okay, so few questions I'm giving you. Okay, solve this one. 2 upon minus 3 plus 4 upon 3. Solve this one. Solve this one all. How much have you got?
2 upon 3.
2 upon 3.
2 upon 3. You'll get 2 upon 3. How you are solved? See here. Okay, number is given 2 upon minus 3. It is equal to minus 2 upon 3. Minus sign, whether in denominator, numerator or here, you can put. Mainly where we want to keep the minus sign. With numerator, yes or no? With numerator we must keep. So we can rewrite this one. Rewrite like this, minus 2 upon 3 plus 4 upon 3. Okay. Now take the LCM. 3 is LCM. Minus 2 plus 4. How much? Minus 2 plus 4, 2. 2 upon 3. Okay. This is clear. So always keep the denominator as simple as possible. Okay. Okay. 1, 2 upon 3 plus 3 upon, okay, 5 upon 3. Add them.
10 upon
So 10 upon 3.
10 upon 3.
3.
Okay. 10 upon 3 again. Okay. 3 1 ja 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 upon 3 plus 5 upon 3. That is 3. 5 plus 5, 10 upon 3. Okay. Okay, you can do this one more method or not.
Yes, sir.
If you remember something in smaller classes we have done. 1 2 by 3 means 1 plus 2 by 3 plus 5 by 3. 1 plus 7 by 3. If you take the LCM, 3 plus 7, 10 by 3, you are getting the same answer. Yes or no? Because you have already
Yes.
divided this one. So this is the question. Okay. This is very useful in many problems. Many questions it is very useful. Okay. So okay, subtract minus 1 by 3 from 1 by 2. do everyone. Subtract minus 1 by 3 from 1 by 2. Subtract minus 1 by 3 from 1 by 2. So what will be the first, how you are going to put? Minus 1 by 3 from 1 by 2. Okay, so I'm writing two things. One is minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2, or 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3, or 1 by 2 minus
5
minus. Okay, which is the correct? This one, or this one? First, second, third. Which one is correct?
Sir, third.
Third one is correct. See here, we are subtracting this from this. It means from half we are subtracting minus 1 by 3. This is there. Okay. So 1 by 2 minus minus, it will be plus 1 by 3. Understood? Okay. Take the LCM. What will be the LCM? 6. So 3 plus 2, 5 upon 6. Understood? These are very basics, but sometimes we make mistakes here. Okay. 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 Simplify this one. You have to grouping. That is, you have to form the associations this time. Okay. So which group you are going to make so that it is easier to add or subtract. Okay. 3 upon 5 plus 7 upon 6 plus minus 2 upon 3 plus minus 7 upon 10. Okay. So first look at the question. Denominator 5, here 6, here 3 and 10. So which association you have to form? How you are going to form the association? Which one you will add first?
3 by 5 minus by 7 by 10.
Okay, you will form the grouping of these 3 by 5 plus minus 7 upon 10. Okay. Another 7 by
11 by 6 plus minus
Okay.
2 upon.
So you have rearranged it and formed the grouping, and now you are going to solve. Okay, solve it. Now, first solve it in the group. How much you are going to get? What will be the LCM?
So 10.
10. Okay. So how much it will be? 6 plus minus 7.
Plus minus 7.
So plus minus 7 will be minus 7. Plus again 6 LCM. 7 minus
4.
4. Okay. So how much it is? Minus 1 upon 10 plus.
Plus 3 upon 6.
Okay, we can solve further.
1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 2. Okay, now what you have to do? LCM?
Minus
Minus
1 plus 5.
Plus 5. How much you are getting?
4 upon 10. 4
How
by
much?
10. 2 by 5. 2 by
2
5.
by. Okay, you can see 4 by 10 is a rational number. We have, after dividing common factor remove, we have got 2 by 5. You can see it's a rational number. 2 is integer, 5 integer. 5 is not equal to 0, and there is no common factor now. Okay, so it's a rational number. Okay, and these all were the rational numbers. So we have added them. We have got a rational number always. It's closure property. Okay. Now tell me additive inverse of 2 by 3.
Minus 2.
Minus 2 by 3.
Minus 2 by 3.
Okay. Minus 5 by 6.
5 by
5.
6.
Plus 5 by 6.
Plus 5 by 6 or simply 5 by 6. Okay. So when the question is there, tell me the additive inverse of 2. You are not going to write like this. 2 equal to minus 2. Okay. This is wrong way. Okay. What you're going to write? The additive inverse of 2 is or equal to 2. Additive inverse of 2 equal to minus 2. Remember this one. Because if you write simply 2 equal to minus 2, it's wrong. 2 is not equal to minus 2. What is equal to? The additive inverse of 2. That is, this thing is equal to -2. Understood now?
Yes,
Always
sir.
remember that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tomorrow I'll give you more questions on this one, along with multiplication as well. You revise. Okay. So few questions from addition. We'll be doing more questions tomorrow. Today I was explained a little bit. Tomorrow we'll be doing more questions on till multiplication. You try. Okay. So till first B. Okay. Multiplication we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. Understood now? Revise these two exercises, first day and first B. Okay. Okay. Then thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. And revise it. Okay.